I promised myself I was going to change that summer. I told myself I'd reconnect with who I really was. Like there was some part of me I had lost along the way. But who would have thought that the thing I'd be battling the most was going to be social media and its impact on my life. At that point in my life, I had to start over. Losing my friend didn't just hurt, it humbled me. And sure it was dramatic, but deep down I knew that it had to happen that way. Those weren't the right friendships, and if a fake rumor ruined almost like 2 or 3 years of friendship I had with those people, then it was not meant to be. I didn't know at the time, but that season of my life would change everything. Thankfully, summer break was right around the corner, and the timing could have not been better. I told myself, this is it, I'm going to reset everything and become a better person. And it's crazy how this summer aligned everything for me. I was going through old stuff, and then I found an old notebook that I hadn't seen in years. The moment I touched it, the moment I saw it, I knew exactly what it was. It was my notebook back when I was around 9, 10. This was the notebook where I used to write my fictional stories that at one point made me feel alive. It felt like I had unlocked a part of myself I haven't seen in years. I spent the whole night flipping through pages. I found old drawings that I used to do for Lou, things that reminded me of a time where life was just so much easier. And as I was going through my notebook, I found this old story I made with my old friend Adam, and memories were just invading my brain. I just needed to know how he was doing because it's probably been 2, 3 years now. When I left my old town, internet wasn't as big as it was. I didn't have a phone, and social media to me wasn't really a part of my world. I remember sending a letter to Adam, but I wasn't getting any return. I had no idea how to reconnect with him until one day it hit me. I was just going to use this social media thing and look him up online. The big thing at that time was Facebook, and so I made a Facebook account. I wasn't allowed, but I still made it. I spent hours searching for his name, but at the time, making fake random username was kind of like the thing. I found some old classmate and I just straight up asked them, like, do you know if he has a Facebook account? They gave me his Facebook account. His Facebook was completely empty, no photos, no nothing. But I still went for it and messaged him, DM'd him. I guess, we didn't know at the time that it was a thing. I was just very hopeful because I felt like I was getting closer to know how he's been doing for the past 2 years. I started reimagining this world that I was so attached to and that I kind of left alone for a while now. So it inspired me to try to journal again like I used to. And for the first time in a long time, I felt a little bit like myself again. As I was getting to know social media and this whole internet world, YouTube became something that I was really, really a fan of. So I started using it as an outlet. I would watch a lot of singers, and it was kind of like the new way of expressing yourself in the 2010s. So I started making my own. But even then I struggled. Being vulnerable was becoming harder and harder for me, especially that I haven't been able to find true happiness since I moved. That summer made me reflect on a lot of things. Then school came around. I wanted to carry all of those things I've learned throughout summer. I kind of wanted to bring all these lessons with me, all this self-awareness with me. But when I showed up, I realized that I was invisible and that was my world. Sure, some people came up to me because they found out about this whole YouTube thing. So I was kind of like the little kid that they kept asking to sing. I didn't know if it was like a genuine thing. Do you like my voice? Are you trying to make fun of me? I started hiding during recess. I just couldn't handle it. I'd eat lunch with my sister because she was literally my only friend. And sometimes I'd just hang out with the teachers, like my art and music teachers who actually made me feel valued. But my favorite place was the library. The librarian, low-key, shout out to you because you unintentionally became like a best friend to me in a way. It felt like a safe space. She'd recommend me books, so I started reading again. She would tell me stories, and for a little while it felt like I belonged. We're gonna try the rest of the video with my glasses, hoping that it doesn't do like any weird reflection. I think it looks cool. It's kind of like giving a whole Harry Potter vibes. So yeah, we're gonna try. But even with those small moments of peace, something felt wrong. The world was shifting in a way that I did not expect. Social media was everywhere and it was changing everything. Suddenly, everyone cared about followers more than real conversations. Fake personas, hit tweets, compulsive lying. Now it was a game that everyone was playing, everyone was pretending. It was tempting going back to that world and not feel invisible anymore. Because I mean, mind you, I love my librarian friend, I love my music art teacher, but as a 13-year-old, I just wanted to fit in. I revamped my entire look. I begged my dad to buy me trendy shoes that I didn't even like at the time. I created fake accounts on social media, have fake followers following me, and made it look like I had a glamorous life again. And I was good at it because I have done it for a long time. All of that was a facade, but since the world is catching up to that, I was going to show the world how good of a player I am. A year later, by the time 8th grade hit, I had my own little group, boys, girl, everyone. We had nothing in common besides being super aware of everything that was happening on social media, but together we were unstoppable. But the more I spent time with my new friends, the more I realized that there was some boundaries I had to create with them. So whenever I would try to turn those friendship into something a little bit more deep or more vulnerable, they wouldn't really take me seriously because they pictured that cool guy facade that I created for myself. So it was very hard for me to connect with them on a deep level. Every time I tried to show the real me, whether it was something related to writing or acting, I would be laughed at, because it wasn't serious for them. I had to accept that this new version of me I had made is the version that everyone likes. Therefore, all of the things that made me had to be put away until Adam replied. Homeboy did not reach out for like a year, and boom, Adam replies to my text, that one text I sent a year prior. He told me he'd never forgotten about our friendship. He was following his dreams. And even if those responses felt like closure, I couldn't shake the feeling that along the way I'd lost myself. Mind you, we're still young kids, so we're discovering life, but at the time it feels like he sort of succeeded at something, which was to stay himself. On my part of the story, everything is just a mess. I spent so long pretending to be someone I wasn't. It felt like I was trapped in the world of my own making. Sometimes survival isn't about fitting in, it's about staying true to yourself, even when the world is telling you to be someone else.